Hey friends, I want to review some books with you real quick. There's 5 books here. These are all thrifted, and I wanted to let you know whether or not I like them and make it really quick in this video. But for those of you that need some company while doing the dishes or doing some laundry, I have a long form video coming out for you guys, probably in 2 parts just to make the upload easier. I showed you guys previously that these are the 5 books that I thrifted and I was going to be reading and reviewing for you. We have Kristen Hanna's The Nightingale. We have Hello, Single Dad by Kelsey Haas. Filthy Rich Fae by Geneva Lee. Another Kelsey Haas with Hello, Temptation. And then we have Lauren Oliver, Delirium. Kristen Hanna made me super emotional. I was drawn in throughout the entire story, but I was kind of biased because I absolutely was comparing it to Schindler's List, but I feel like it was a different perspective and point of view from the outside looking in surrounding situations. It wasn't on purpose. It's just my brain knows the movie and the story so well that I couldn't help but relate that to this. But I felt like this was like a great companion to that time frame. And even though my brain wanted to naturally compare it, it stood on its own. The ending absolutely got me and I got emotional. And in the long review, I got emotional talking about the end. This one I highly recommend. I paid $2 for this at Goodwill, which was fantastic. Next, we have Single Dad, Kelsey Haas. I hemmed and hawed about buying these books because they were $5 at Goodwill. I don't pay $5 for books. There was something about them. They looked brand spanking new. They were still expensive online. Hello, Single Dad is a great story. I absolutely loved the characters in this story. I love the surrounding friendships in the story. I do like how everything unfolds. And there is an LGBT storyline in here, but it's done so tastefully and it feels very real world. Of course, it's a romance. There's a little bit of spice. I give it a 0.5. Someone told me it was spicy, but for me, that's a 0.5. It's a 0.5. If you want to watch my full thoughts, then definitely check out the next video. But I loved it. This was great. Next, we have Filthy Rich Fae by Geneva Lee. I love this one as well. Very confrontational, very emotional in the beginning. It got my attention. The relationship between the two was definitely unraveling throughout the whole story, and I love that we get to find out more about him and why he acts the way he does about her. Of course, there are problems that create scenarios that they have to get through, but I like the way they got through everything. I'm a lover of finding the good in the darkness of people, so that element is there. This is also very lightly spiced. This is probably a 1 on the pepper scale, but I can say if you love this and you want more spice, then you want to check out Gina Maxwell's The Dark King. That's got spice. I really like this one. I highly recommend. Next, we're moving into Hello, Temptation, Kelsey Haas. So what I loved about this one is that we are getting to know new characters that were in the background of the other book. In the other book, we get to see the main characters' friends and how they kind of lean on each other for advice and turn to each other in hard times. And these people are kind of in the background. Well, in this story, we're following one of the other friends, but then those people are still in the background. So if you're like me and you don't like to let go of your characters completely once you finish a story, then you're gonna like something like this where those people are still involved. You still get to hear from them. You still get to see like that, how things are going with them as these characters develop. I loved this story. There's a lot of repetitiveness in the beginning because of insecurities, but if you've ever been insecure, you know that can be overwhelming and all-consuming. So I can kind of understand, but for me, what is most important is how you come through all of that, and I feel like these two together was awesome, and the guy in here definitely reminds me of my hubby. Highly recommend this book. Then we have Delirium by Lauren Oliver. I paid $1.99 for this one. It was a good story. It's a young adult novel. And basically the undertone is that love is a disease. And so they try to cure you of your disease on your 18th birthday. And you live a normal, uneventful, neutral life with no love involved, and everything's kind of contractual. We're following some young adult whose eyes kind of get open as to maybe how they're being taught to be is not the right way to be, and maybe they do want to be in love, and all of that unravels. It feels young in the beginning, but once you get past that, you have a really good adventure and really good characters in here. And then there's some jumping between the main character story and the mother's story. I liked it. I really enjoyed the ending. It got a lot more fast paced and a lot more adventure going on. So I also recommend this one. It's a really good young adult novel. Okay, so that was it. I know that was super fast, but if you want to know more, I have a 20-minute video coming out for those of you who are like me and love to chat. All right, so that is it for these, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.